The purpose of our work today is to examine thermometers. Thermometers come in many shapes and forms. They are used to measure how hot something is. And this includes cold, because cold is the reduction in heat. Thermometers measure how hot something is in degrees Celsius. Sometimes you'll hear people call this centigrade, and they both mean the same thing. There are many types of thermometers. We have some electronic thermometers and other older thermometers. These newer thermometers actually have alcohol in them. This thermometer is a thermometer that your parents may use sometimes when you're unwell, and they place it under your tongue. And sometimes when we go to hospital, doctors will use these sorts of thermometers here. This is the thermometer we're going to focus on today. And when we're reading a thermometer, we need to read the scale up the side here. And that's like a vertical number line. You do lots of work with number lines in mathematics. So we're reading a number line. And the red alcohol here, down in the bottom in the bulb, goes in the liquid or the substance, whatever it is that we're trying to measure. And we'll see a change in where that red line comes up to. So at the moment, it's in the air, so it's measuring the temperature of the air, and it's showing us that the air temperature today is about 26 or 27. So we go right to the top of that line and we see the black mark that is there. Now, if we've got this thermometer and we want to measure how hot this water is, so I pour the water, I sit my thermometer in the water, and I need to wait until the alcohol or the red line stops moving up the scale. So we can see that it's now moving, and I have to bend down, and I see now that it's gone to 39 degrees. But before, when it was just in the air, it was down at 28 or 29 degrees. So it's gone all the way up, and that's where it stopped. So I now know that the water in this glass is 39 degrees centigrade or Celsius. I'm going to take the thermometer out now, put it back down there for a while, and I've got another glass here, and we're going to put some ice in there, little bits of ice, so you know what kind of water we're trying to have now. And we're going to put our thermometer in there. We can see, by looking here at the red line, the thermometer is dropping back down to the air temperature now, and it's back down there at 29 degrees. Still going down, 28 degrees, and I think it's going to stop at about 28 degrees because that's our temperature today. So we're going to take the thermometer now and we're going to put it in the cold water. So when we put the thermometer in this glass of water that's got ice in it, what do we think is going to happen to the red line, to the alcohol in the thermometer? And we can see that the red line is moving down, and I think it's just about stopped, and that's about 4 degrees centigrade. So what would happen if we use this digital thermometer? So let's put the sensor into the glass of water, and we can see and our electronic thermometer is telling us that it's 6 degrees centigrade. So when we're measuring with our thermometer, we need to read our scale very accurately. Many people in the community use thermometers every day. We've already mentioned doctors who measure our temperature when we go to the doctor and we're unwell or we go into hospital. Our temperature is taken many times a day. When we take our cats and dogs to the vet, often the vet will take our animals' temperature to check how well they are. Other uses of thermometers include when a chef is cooking and the chef needs to know that the oven is at a certain temperature, otherwise the food will burn. Engineers use thermometers, and we often find thermometers in things like air conditioners, so that the air conditioner is kept at a temperature. I know in my car I have a thermometer because I can press a button and it will tell me the outside temperature. So your challenge from here on is to practice using a thermometer so that you can read it accurately, and to find places around you where a thermometer is used, and to work out how it's used and why that information is important.